What is up, guys? And Mikey31 here, bringing you a online ranked game of Madden 25. We're down the home stretch, guys. The online franchises have dried up. When was the last time I posted an online league game? At least a month, hasn't it? But yeah, drying up. And we're about a month and a half away from a new Madden game. So playing out the string. And I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars online against the New York Giants. Took a little bit of a break from them. I gotta do that. I can play with the Jags for a stretch. Then I gotta put them away. Play with a team that has some talent. Because sometimes these guys will make you think that you don't know how to play. They're just that bad. And then when you go back to a team, like when I go back and use the Saints and the Chiefs, oh gosh, when do you see my cover 2 of the Chiefs? Woo! Holly and Houston with usering Derek Johnson in the middle of the field. Holly and Houston down at the ends, they're serious. They are serious. But we got the Jags here, and I can control Paul Posluszny, who's basically a homeless man's Luke Kuechly. But I'm sitting around covering for 8 seconds because I can't generate any pressure. Babin will occasionally show some life and a pulse, but otherwise it's, you know, they're the Jags. But good play there. And he shockingly goes for the points, as opposed to going for it in 4th down and risking something stupid. But with the Jags, I was actually thinking of what to run offensively with them. And then I figured, you know, I got Matt Scott, Maurice Jones-Drew. Matt Scott can do some things with his legs. Drew is a quality back. The offensive line isn't terrible when it comes to their run blocking. Why not run the Chip Kelly offense? So I really hadn't looked at the playbook all year, and you know, took a peek at it, customized my audibles with what I, you know, wanted to set up, and decided to take it out for a spin. I actually want to do one of my film breakdowns talking about Chip Kelly's offense sometime in the not too distant future. I'm currently looking at the Gulf Coast offense, what the Saints do. But I'm definitely going to do some Chip Kelly, and also mainly talking about how he tweaked his offense from what he was running at Oregon and adapted it to the NFL. I mean, fundamentally, it's the same concept: tempo, spread the field, get the ball to really, really fast guys in space. The run scheme is a little bit different. He runs a little bit more power. You don't see quite as much zone blocking, and you see a lot less zone read out of necessity. I mean, Vic was trying to run it, and he got himself hurt, and you're not going to really run it that much with Foles. But I'm more interested in the passing game, because the running game is still, you know, zone, inside zone, outside zone, with some power and counter trays mixed in there. But the passing game is what I'm most interested in, seeing how he adapted to the NFL game, because his passing attack he was at Oregon was, you know, really rudimentary. It was 4 verts, slants, shallow cross, all curls, Y corner, play action pass off of the inside and outside zone and zone read action, jailbreak screen, bubble screen, slip screen. That's damn near it. Now, at the college level, where you have limited practice time and you only have so many resources to use, that's usually good enough if your players are better than theirs. And on most weeks, Oregon's players are really, really good, really, really fast. The opponents cannot match up to the talent or the pace of the play, and you can get away with being inside zone read, outside zone read, inside zone, outside zone. Sprinkle in enough constraint plays like, you know, power and counter and some traps here and there. And same with the passing game, you have enough constraint plays off that base to keep the defense honest, And that'll work most weeks. Yes, they'll occasionally run into an LSU or an Auburn, usually an SEC style of defense that can give them some problems. Or they can, lay down and roll over and take it with a plunger against Stanford. They have a problem with defenses that can really punch them in the mouth. But most of the times it works out very well for them. And we'll see how it can work with the Jags. As I take a 10-3 lead. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that breakdown. So, as far as this game goes, typical online ranked offense. Toss left, toss right, toss left, toss right, no huddle. Go deep, screen. And there I can, scrape to cut off those outside runs with Mr. Bazlusti. And I talk about these corners a lot, but they're among my best tacklers on this team. And you'll also see a little bit of my pre-snap adjustments here in this Tampa 2 style scheme that I run. I mean, I just don't care. I'm not someone who's super secretive anyway, but, this late into the year, what difference does it make if, guys know exactly what I do? There, I'm in Tampa 2 mode. And the safeties actually hold up. Occasionally, Cyprian will, show that he's got some potential, but more often than not, all I ask for those guys is, hey, just get into the right place for me. And with playing this Tampa 2 style here, out of necessity, you kind of got to show enough two-man under to make them at least think about whether you're in two-man under or cover 2 sink or cover 2 hard. But there, I just don't have the block shedding along the defensive line or the other linebackers. The other linebackers are actually not that bad as far as being athletes. Geno Hayes, I can't remember who the other guy is, but they don't block shed at all. But they're pretty good in coverage. And here, Matt Scott is getting it done again. As we hit that big play, looking to pop the zone read. And look at Matt Scott go. Doing his best Marcus Mariota impersonation. So we're up 17-10. I've seen enough of those outside tosses, so I bring a CB dog blitzes. Gotta slow those down. You gotta slow those down at all costs in this game. You gotta overcommit, spread those linebackers, spread those offensive linemen if you have to. Send some corners. Get them out of those, tosses and outside stretch plays and pistol powers. Gotta get them out of that. And then you can have some fun playing pass defense. Because I find that most people this year, they're so run reliant, they're actually terrible at throwing the football. Like all this guy can do, once I cover the middle of the field and take away what's coming across there, he just tries to do the old rocket catch streak or the jetpack streak. You guys remember jetpacking? It was much more effective back in the PS2 and Xbox days, where what you would do is a guy would throw the lob and take control of the receiver and try to, sprint by the defensive back using the sprint button. But that doesn't seem to work as well, thankfully. So, I stopped his offense, and now I'm looking to just take a 2-possession lead. Once I have that, I just don't think he has enough to threaten me. Now this guy, I keep on saying toss, but he's running outside stretches. But only in Madden 25 online will someone down 2 late in the 4th quarter still think they can go no huddle and run outside stretch or outside toss or pistol power. So in this particular play, I'm actually going to be an off-man cover 1 robber. Change the look up a little bit. I haven't showed this all game. Off-man. And I'm roaming there with Cyprian. I'm able to jar the ball loose. So, he's up against it now. And now I'm going to show off-man cover 3 with the flat defenders and pinks. I'm taking away the intermediate middle. He's forced to go downfield where I have the safety waiting for him. So, the Jags will hold on if nothing nutty happens. Nice and safe. Take my points. Now, if I'm showing a kickoff return, something bad is going to happen for somebody. Who will it be? And he's going to fumble, so that's going to be the end of this. He's going to quit out after that. So the Jags running the Chip Kelly offense looked pretty dang decent. I was able to do enough defensively. I was able to, shut down this pretty one-dimensional offense and get my W. Hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you all later. Peace.